Thank you for joining us right here on Halton News. It's Tuesday, September 8th, and I'm Jessica Kading. Since our last update on Friday evening, the Halton region has reported 20 additional new cases of COVID-19 from over the long weekend. 12 residents have recovered over the weekend as well, so that makes our current total of active cases 36 in the region. 8 of those people live in Burlington, 18 in Oakville, 9 in Milton, and Halton Hills is now reporting 1 person who's tested positive for COVID-19. While these numbers are still low, there's growing concern about the case numbers in the province rising, an issue Health Minister Christine Elliott addressed today.
Together, we've made remarkable progress in our fight against COVID-19. We have successfully avoided the worst seen in other parts of the world. This progress has only been possible because Ontarians have demonstrated incredible resolve. You've worked incredibly hard to limit the spread of COVID-19. But as much as these efforts have made an impact and enabled us as a province to move into stage 3 of reopening, the latest trends in numbers have raised some concern, especially as we begin to reopen schools and post-secondary institutions. That is why, based on the advice from the Chief Medical Officer of Health and the Public Health Measures Table, we will be taking a pause of 4 weeks, or 2 two-week cycles of the virus, before considering any further loosening of public health measures or further reopening of businesses, facilities, and organizations. We did not make this decision lightly. Ontario's business leaders have shown incredible ingenuity and innovation in keeping our public safe. However, we do need to ensure that the progress we've made is not lost. Taking a pause in further reopening at this time will help us to avoid returning to broad-scale closures and shutdowns.
Parliament is set to return later this month, and in preparation for that, the new leader of the Conservative Party, Erin O'Toole, has announced the Conservative Shadow Cabinet. Wellington-Halton Hills MP Michael Chong now is one of the most high-profile portfolios after being named the Conservatives' critic for foreign affairs. After thanking everyone on Twitter for their best wishes on his new position, MP Chong went on to say, "Foreign affairs matters. During the Second World War, my Chinese dad was defended by Canadian soldiers in Hong Kong, and my Dutch mom was liberated by them, lest we forget." Tomorrow, the Conservatives will meet for the first time since O'Toole's leadership was announced, and MP Chong will be connecting with us here on Halton News this Thursday for comment. Buses are integral to getting to work, school, and play. Federal, provincial, and municipal representatives all participated in a funding announcement for improvements being made to public transit infrastructure this afternoon. That took place at Burlington Transit.
Through joint federal, provincial, and municipal funding, we are announcing today support for 5 projects in the City of Burlington. I am extremely proud to announce that the Government of Canada is investing over $5.1 million in public transit system projects in Burlington. These investments are being made through the Public Transit Infrastructure stream of the Investing in Canada Infrastructure Plan. Among the projects funded, I am truly pleased to see that Burlington will receive 12 new conventional buses to expand their fleet over the next 3 years. And the buses are happy too. These new buses will have a positive impact on the community by enabling an increase in public transit service levels. In addition to the conventional bus fleet expansion, 3 specialized paratransit buses will be acquired within the next 3 years to increase the accessibility of the city's transit system. IT devices will be installed on buses and traffic signals to help increase the transit service's on-time performance, while the implementation of intelligent transit system technology will enable on-demand transit service to be introduced to underserviced areas.
Burlington's MPP Jane McKenna highlighted the province's contribution to the project.
To increase service frequency and to enable connection between bus routes and regional transit. Ontario is investing $934,463 for the procurement of 5 conventional buses to help maintain a reliable and efficient transit fleet while increasing services levels and improving customer experience. Ontario is also investing $234,597 towards the acquisition of 3 specialized vehicles to increase the capacity of specialized transit between 2020 and 2023. improving the system's accessibility.
Burlington's Mayor Marianne Meed Ward was also at that announcement today. I caught up with her afterwards via Zoom for comment.
Well, this is great news for the citizens of Burlington who rely on transit. And I've always said transit is more than simply a way to get around. It's a way to participate fully in the life of our community. So it gets you to work, it gets you to City Hall if you want to talk to your counselor, gets you to school, and it gets you to social outings. So it really is about living your life. So this announcement is $5 million from the federal government, a little over $4 million from the provincial government, and then the city shares over $3 million for new buses. So conventional and our handy van, which we know is very well used. So great news for the community.
The mayor kept herself quite busy over the long weekend, reading through and analyzing the city's official plan.
So this is all official plan all month. There's a lot going on. There's a virtual town hall on the 16th of September. The big day is September 30th. We've got a full day set aside from 9:30 in the morning till 10 o'clock at night. We will probably need it at City Hall. You can delegate either in person or send written information. And we're getting down to the final stages of the downtown plan, which will then be bundled in with all the rest of the changes for our new official plan and sent off to the region. So there's some key changes. I was reviewing it again on the weekend. Lots of good news in the plan. Lots of changes that have been made that have made it better than both the existing official plan as well as the adopted OP. There's still some areas that I'm looking into very closely, downtown east side being one of those. So lots more discussion and stay tuned for that. But the big day is the 30th, and then whatever committee discusses and decides will go to council on the 7th of October for approval. Then we send it to the region, and then they start their work on the urban growth center and the major transit station area designations downtown, which have really contributed to some of the overdevelopment that we've seen downtown, which residents are not on for. So that work will be done as part of that process.
I asked Mayor Meed Ward to elaborate on the concerns regarding the downtown's east side.
Sure, we have there was a report that was done as part of the official plan that identifies a number of heritage resource. In fact, it calls parts of the downtown east side a potential cultural heritage landscape. There are so many buildings that are worth protecting, and so we need to make sure that we do that as part of this plan. And so that's a huge focus of mine. I sat on the Heritage Committee for 8 years. I live in a designated heritage house. I believe really strongly that where you have heritage assets, you need to protect them. And in fact, we're mandated to by the Ontario government. So looking very closely into that, the Village Square precinct, which is a new precinct, which is great. So the adopted official plan had Village Square at 17 stories. That was simply a non-starter for me and the community. The new plan breaks it down into various sections of 4 stories, which is quite reasonable. There's some areas in there that are up to 11. The existing official plan is up to 8, so we're just looking very closely at that. We want to make sure, again, that the heritage resources in this area are protected. And the other piece that's really important on the downtown east side, we have a number of what we call public service areas. It's a new designation that on some, it's not a new designation, but it's a number of new sites now are designated as public service. That would include churches. For example, we've got the Scout Hall, we've got the Reach Out Center for Kids, and the Lions Club Park. So looking very closely at protecting those. We want to make sure that the downtown continues to be a place where many different uses come together. It's not just about residential condos. We also have to have complete communities where people can walk to church or walk to the Royal Sea Cadets Hall, which is one of the areas, walk to get mental health resources and be in a parks and enjoy the heritage landscape along the way. So it's the downtown is not an easy it's not an easy area because you have things literally changing block by block. So it's really important to get it right on every single parcel downtown. So I'm just looking a little more closely into those areas.
Rotary Burlington Lakeshore held their second Ribfest drive-through of the year yesterday on Labor Day Monday, and the turnout was even better than it was on Canada Day. The socially distant event saw cars line up in the parking lot of Burlington Centre Mall. There were various ribbers and other food options. Cogeco was there as a sponsor, handing out treats to each vehicle, and there was live entertainment. The feedback online was overwhelmingly positive, and the event saw 2,751 cars. The co-chairs are incredibly grateful for how the event turned out and for all the community support.
Hey everybody, it's Brett and Jay. Yes, different Jay, Brett in the same ditch. I just want to say thank you, Burlington and surrounding area, for coming out for our Canada's largest Ribfest Labor Day edition. We matched Canada Day. Woo! We are so excited. We just want to thank everybody so much because all the funds raised today goes right back into the community. It's all needed now more than ever. So thank you again and have a great season.
Thanks for being with us here on Halton News. We do need to take a short break, but we'll be right back with the details of this year's Telling Tales Festival. Stay with us. Welcome back to Halton News. The Telling Tales Festival unites readers and authors every year to celebrate local literature. Nikki Wesley takes a look at how the festival has evolved due to the pandemic.
Telling Tales is actually a reading campaign that goes all year round, but the big signature event is the festival in September. And it's all about celebrating stories together as a family and discovering new stories from Canada's best, not just authors, but illustrators, storytellers, and musicians.
In the past, it's been at Westfield Heritage Village, with a second day, Nature Tales at the Royal Botanical Gardens, added just last year. This year, the festival will be virtual.
We've had to jiggle it and rethink it, and in some ways we've compressed it. We've asked authors to do a 5-minute where they would have done a 20-minute session. But we've also expanded it. So although it begins airing September 20th, the 13 episodes run right till December. And each episode really kind of works like a festival in itself. So there's 4 authors, and then there's music in between and crafts to do. And everything leads towards a call to the children to be creative themselves and send us their stories and their illustrations to our Creativity Club.
The first episode will premiere on Facebook and YouTube on September 20th, and after that they can be found on demand. Jasper recommends checking out the reading list before each episode.
You get so much more of meeting Lana if you've actually, already know the books. So, but everything that Telling Tales does is about trying to make those connections between the authors and their audience, and then watching the sparks fly when we pull them together.
Burlington author Lana Button is excited to share her love of books as a presenter this year.
When you do a read aloud, it's like a live performance every time, and I love the opportunity to inspire kids to read.
She writes stories for children who are normally on the edge of the action. Her stories place the spotlight on these characters to hopefully inspire children to speak up for themselves. She will be presenting her not-so-typical bullying story this year.
What if Bunny's not a bully? So it's about how everyone is standing up to the bully, and they're walking away and they're not letting her play until one of the characters says, "Why is she a bully? What'd she do and what'd she say?" And nobody really can remember. And so the character is like really giving some thought to what is a bully, and what if she's sorry, and what if she wants a chance to try again. And I know how I would feel if you all walked away from me. So it's kind of turning the tables on what we consider a bully, and hopefully having children pause and think that there needs to be times when we get to say, "I'm sorry and I want to try again."
To find out more, go to tellingtales.org. Reporting for Halton News, I'm Nikki Wesley.
Cooler than we've been used to today, and there's more of this type of weather to expect all week long. There's a shot out on Burlington, Oakville's waterfront rather. As you can see, a mix of sun and cloud expected both tomorrow and Thursday, reaching highs of only 19 tomorrow, 20 on Thursday. That sunshine will make a full appearance on Friday, but still only bringing our high up to 20 degrees. Cloudy skies expected to return for our weekend. There is a chance of rain on Sunday. The town of Oakville, together with the Downtown Oakville BIA, Kerr Village BIA, and Bronte Village BIA, received a $50,000 grant from Digital Main Street Ontario to expand the Digital Service Squad to help more Main Street small businesses use digital technologies to adapt to a rapidly changing environment. Funding for the grant is provided by FedDev Ontario, and this new funding will allow the town to expand the program and reach more small businesses. For more information, please visit digitalmainstreet.ca/Ontario grants. And now we'll look to how some of Halton's top companies performed on the markets today. Still ahead, a look at how you can learn some easy dance moves taught to you in the comfort of your own home. We'll be right back. Goddards Studio for Dance and the Performing Arts in Milton have opened up their fall season. It's sure been quite a ride for the local business as they had to shut down so soon after their grand opening because of COVID-19. But to occupy their time, they decided to create live stream dance lessons on their Facebook pages. And lucky for us here at Your TV, we developed a partnership to bring those lessons to you in the comfort of your home. Goddards Dance Bites airs episodes Monday through Thursday right here on Your TV. Here's a sneak peek.
So we're going to start bringing our right foot across in front of our left foot. 1, both legs bend, and then 2, you're taking that left foot out to the side, and 2 straight legs. And again, you're repeating to the other side, left and out. Okay, so there's a level difference there. You're going to see my body go down and then straighten, down, straighten. Okay, so we've got 4 of these. The first 2 that you're doing, you're not going to do anything much else, just going to use that shoulder, okay? So as I step in front of that right foot, nothing moves. Now, as I take that left foot out, my left shoulder is going to pop forwards towards you. As I take that left foot across, my shoulders come straight, and then my right shoulder pops forward. Okay, so that's on the first 2. Now, on the second 2, we're going to add an arm and a head. So, cross your right foot in front here. Nothing changes here. Now, as you put that left foot out, your left arm is going to snap out to the side. At the same time, you're going to look towards that direction. Good. Now, you're going to cross your left foot in front, 7, and then do the same thing to the other side, okay? So each time, even though you've only got 2 of those with the arms, I want you to make sure you hit that position each time, all right? Should we try all 4, okay? 6, 7, and step out, step out, step at the arm, step at the arm.
You can learn that full hip-hop routine tonight on Goddards Dance Bites. It's airing tonight at 8:30. Well, the executive director of the Burlington Food Bank, Robin Bailey, is of course focused on providing food to the people who need it in our community. He's also concerned about other social issues that are happening as a result of this pandemic.
This is Robin Bailey, the executive director of the Burlington Food Bank, and we just wanted to congratulate Burlington Rotary Lakeshore for a fantastic Ribfest. We heard that things went really well, and wanted to thank you for your regular support of places like ourselves, as well as the other nonprofits here in Burlington that you continue to support and throughout Halton. We also wanted to remind people that this is September, which is Hunger Action Month for us here at the Food Bank. And especially this week, we're going to focus on advocacy. And one of the big things that we do at Feed Ontario with our advocacy committee is to approach the provincial government and ask for some help. One of the things that we're focusing on is obviously the health crisis with the pandemic, but more importantly, the housing crisis that's coming out of that. So really what we want to do is help people understand that people are getting behind on rent, getting behind on mortgages, and wanted to have the province sort of come in and support those things. Again, just continue to look into ways that you can help support those who are marginalized here in Burlington. And again, we thank you so much for your regular support.
Fall is around the corner, and as the temperature continues to get cooler and you're looking for more indoor activities, we wanted to remind you that Joseph Brent Museum is open. The special exhibition, Giants, Dragons, and Unicorns, The World of Mythic Creatures, organized by the American Museum of Natural History, has been extended straight through to January 3rd. To learn more about what to expect and how to pre-book your visit, please visit museumsburlington.ca. The Museums of Burlington is also offering virtual visits for kids. These 1-hour weekly Zoom sessions feature live instruction by a museum educator who will guide a series of creative, hands-on structured activities and crafts that relate to a weekly theme. Programs are designed for children aged 8 through 12, but parental supervision is required for some activities. Programs are 1 week in duration and take place from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. each day. The cost is $25 per week, and that includes a craft supply bag. The first semester starts September 12th, so you better get registered if you'd like to join this session. It goes from September 12th through to October 24th. You can register online at museumsofburlington.ca. The Townsend Smith Hospice Foundation provides access to palliative care for residents of Milton and Halton Hills. It serves the needs of terminally ill people and their families. As a registered charity, they need your support in order to offer the quality care that they provide. They're hosting their first virtual hike for hospice later this month. The funds that are raised will be used to build the first hospice in North Halton. The event is Saturday, September 26th at 10 a.m. You're invited to walk, hike, bike, or run in your community or wherever you like. You can register online at townsendsmith.ca. Joseph Brent Hospital's antique and collectible auction will be online this year. The online auction will be held over several days starting Saturday, September 26th. Witting bidders need to pick up their items on the pickup date only, which is Wednesday, September 30th between 2 p.m. and 7 p.m. at the Holiday Inn in Burlington at the Hotel and Conference Center. For more information, please visit jbhauctions.com. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you for tuning in to Halton News right here on your TV. We'll be back again tomorrow night at 5:30. Until then, you can connect with us on social media or email us at haltonnews@cogeco.com. For Halton News, I'm Jessica Kading, and I'll see you tomorrow.